Marilyn Tam is, very well known, as I mentioned, in diversity, equity, and inclusion. But she's also, famous for her world in the world of in the corporate world, for having been the president several times of major corporations like Aveda and Reebok and Nike. I think she was the vice president of Nike. And being an Asian woman in an American world at a time when there weren't many women in the world, business world, at that level. And one of the things, I had done a pre-interview with her, because I liked doing the pre-interviews, because I wanted to focus not so much on the accomplishments, but where those accomplishments were coming from. And one of the things we had a long conversation about, and initially, was her grandmother. And her grandmother was boots on the ground, very animated, very proactive in the nonprofit world in Hong Kong. And she took her granddaughter with her. The granddaughter, Marilyn at 5, was going around meeting all the people that her grandmother was promoting to. I think she talked about, well, last year you gave 10 blankets, this year you're going to do 20 blankets, right? She didn't ever give the idea or the opportunity that you weren't going to contribute this year. And it was just wonderful to hear. And when we did the final interview, the first thing that came out of Marilyn's mouth was that, thank you for helping me pay attention to a mentor that I knew, but I didn't realize was having had such an impact on me. And she talked about just being in that person's space. We didn't talk about how grandma, coached her or did anything like that. It was her dynamics, her energy that she was able to ride on. And at 5 years old, I don't want to use the word indoctrinated, but you absorb that kind of energy and that mindset that it's all going to be okay. It's, we're going to accomplish this, and we're going to get more blankets. We're going to get more people involved. We're going to make people feel good about what they're doing, and make them realize that, change is great. And grandma probably didn't even think about change. All she knew was that she was to be there of service. And, clearly Marilyn is of service.
Yes. And it was no small feat, the charity that her grandmother set up and is still running today, right?
Yeah, right.